Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is Kira with Follow Your Arrow Tarot, and today I'll be doing the intuitive and tarot card reading for the sign of Scorpio for July 2019. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for your love and support. Feel free to fast forward to the intuitive reading or the tarot card reading. Also feel free to timestamp anything in my video to help yourself and other viewers watching this video. To those of you who are new, I do have some channel announcements. So if you've already heard these, fast forward. If you're new, here's some information about my channel. So I publish my monthly intuitive and tarot card reading for each zodiac sign based on the previous month's most views. So for example, I'm looking at June's views when I'm creating and publishing my July videos. So you'll see Scorpio, you came in second place with 227 views last month for the June video. That's why I'm recording your video second this month. Okay. Also, I have goals for myself for this channel, and I'm concentrating on my subscribers. And so each time I hit a milestone or a goal of 100 more subscribers, I pull names out of this Buddha head to give you a free private personal reading. So my next goal will be 600 subscribers. There are a few ways you can enter. One, of course, by being a subscriber, that gets you one entry into the contest. And another way is by leaving a thoughtful and positive comment on any of my videos. That also gets you another entry. The more thoughtful comments, the more entries you get. And once I reach that milestone, I create a special video pulling names out of the head for a free private personal reading from myself. And also, once your name's entered, it's not taken out until you're called. So that increases your likelihood of being chosen. And that's just a way for me to thank the members on my channel for your love and support in watching my videos. So just another way to give back. All right, so before I get into the tarot card reading, I kind of do an intuitive reading, and I provide you with some channeled messages from Spirit and some information about your planetary information for that month. So if you're really not into channel guidance, feel free to fast forward to the tarot card portion of this reading. All right, Scorpio. So when I was meditating on your sign, Spirit had a lot to say. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that there's so much planetary events that are happening this month. And I think that you, along with all other signs, are totally feeling it. But for you, when I was channeling you, a lot is going on, and I think it's definitely under the surface. A lot of it is internal and emotional and mental. And so when I first was meditating on your sign and connecting with Spirit, I see images. So the first image, which this is an image I've rarely gotten, so it's pretty unique, but I saw, a string with like a pendulum on it, and I saw it swinging back and forth, and the word pendulum came to my mind. And then I was thinking, I felt as though I was in a conundrum. I was, a rock caught in a hard place. I was between two things, almost like the Two of Pentacles type of energy. But I also felt, when I saw this pendulum, of confusion, but it wasn't just confusion about a person or a situation. It was almost like confusion about almost everything going on in your life, Scorpio, is what I was feeling. As in confusion of who you are and where you're going, confusion of maybe a situation or a relationship, confusion about family, confusion about spiritually about yourself, what your path is, and just questioning everything, and also reviewing everything, and almost double checking yourself, or double second guessing yourself in a sense. I also thought of time too. So like rewinding and fast forwarding. So I don't know if that means that you've been watching videos or music and rewinding or fast forwarding to portions of the video or the song, or that could be you're mentally reflecting on, an earlier time in your life, and then you're fast forwarding. But I feel like heavy mental contemplation. Okay. Also, I feel like you're very focused in one aspect on your careers and goals, and you're trying to keep yourself concentrated on that. But then at the same time, you're almost even questioning everything that you're doing, like internally. So for any Scorpios who are currently doing some type of work that you're not passionate about or that you're not 100% in love with, I see you questioning, like, why am I doing this if I'm not satisfied? Why am I doing this if I'm not happy? Of course, many answers to that is because you have to. It's life. You have bills to pay. But I think on a fundamental basis, spiritually, you're really trying to live your life's purpose, and that's why you're in this conundrum. I think a lot of this energy also comes from the Mercury retrograde that started on the 7th of this month, and the fact that we have 2 eclipses this month as well. Mercury retrograde is falling in your 10th house of profession and outer world. So I kind of feel too like you're thinking a lot about your profession and how that aligns with your spiritual path. But also when it comes to the outer world, you're also contemplating like how the world sees you and how you see the world and what's your outer appearance. And it's almost like you're reviewing or revising what that is. You're definitely in an introspective type mode, almost like the Hermit card. That type of energy is what I'm feeling. I think it's a really important time for you in the month of July, Scorpio. I'm seeing Spirit show me, because wands are about action, and I'm seeing like Spirit take a wand and put it in the ground and like open up a chair and sit is like what I see Spirit. And I think that's kind of like a like advice is what I'm seeing. Spirit's like putting the wand in the ground, opening up a foldable chair and just sitting. So I feel like Spirit's really telling you maybe this month is not the month to take a lot of action or decisions on things. I think it's time for you to get some introspection, take some time with yourself to think, to sort out everything that's going through your mind, and to sit and kind of R&R, some relax, and almost in a meditative state, and let your intuition and let the spirituality side of you help guide you and what your next step should be. And I also like see like you're pulling out a camera too and taking pictures. So to me, that says you need to be paying close attention to your surroundings and your environment, because there might be things that are happening that you're not aware of in the moment, but that's part of, I think, that pendulum is going back in time and looking at it again. So this could mean like some Scorpios, like you're looking and reminiscing of pictures, or you're looking at something that you looked at first and then you thought, I have to go look at it again. So maybe this is about contracts or something of that sort. So pay close attention. For a lot of Scorpios, there's going to be really strong issues surrounding love and relationships. I kind of see that sometimes Scorpios can have very strong idealistic streaks in regards to love. You have a very certain way that you think about and feel love should be, especially how you should get love or how other people should give you love. And it's very idealistic. And I think maybe in the past you've been let down, and it happens over and over again. So maybe that's part of the reviewing and revisiting what your definition of what love looks like in many different facets: mind, body, spirit, and soul. And I just hear tested. So I feel like Spirit, if this resonates with you, if you feel as though you're being tested in regards to love, you are. Okay. And remember, this reading is a general reading, so it's for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and for cross watchers too. So take what resonates. Again, partnerships are going to be really important. You'll see why when I talk about your planets this month. But for some of you Scorpios, some unexpected things are going to happen. Not too huge, I'm feeling, but I'm feeling like an unexpected phone call or message, or an unexpected conversation that you didn't anticipate having is going to happen. So be ready to be ready to like think on your feet a little bit, and maybe just hear the person out, because I keep going back to sitting in the foldable chair. I think you need to just listen before you formulate what you want to communicate. Okay. So that's kind of like your channel guidance. But along with your planetary events for July 2019, so we start out the month, Scorpio, on the 2nd with a solar eclipse in Cancer, which is a water sign, emotions, high emotions, in your 9th house of higher spirituality and higher mind. So that totally connects to all the channeled guidance spirit gave to me about the pendulum and about the introspection and the reviewing and revisiting things. That's clear. And I think it's making you think, but it's also really heightening your emotions this month. The 7th to the 9th, we have Mercury in Leo, fire sign, and your 10th house of career. So I think that you are working really hard in your career, but I do feel there's some energy in the workplace, because I hear spirit saying just be careful at work. I think there's some egos that may be not getting along or seeing eye to eye. That could be you with other people, or maybe you're just a bystander and seeing it at work. I kind of see some, not really arguments, but maybe some competition. And then I'm seeing and hearing the word courage. So I'm not sure if that's spirit saying that you need to stand up for yourself and what you need and what you're doing at work, or whether, what you're watching needs courage, or there's something in the workplace. But overall, I think that that's good. I think career is pretty strong for you this month compared to other aspects of your houses. The 9th through the 16th, the sun will be in Cancer. So again, more Cancer energy, high emotions, water energy. Yeah. And then the 16th, we will have a lunar eclipse in your 3rd house of stress and relationships. Okay. And so again, when I was connecting to your sign, I kind of saw like a stone, just a gray stone. And like over a long time, wear and tear, you see these little cracks in the stone. They're very minor. The stone's not broken apart yet. Nothing is crumbled yet, but you see these stress fractures. Okay, that's better. So maybe you've broken a bone. I don't know. But stress fracture, that's what I thought it was, a broken bone. But I kept seeing this like hunk of cement with stress fractures. And I think for some Scorpios with this lunar eclipse in your 3rd house of stress and relationships, I think that for some of you, your relationships right now are a little bit stressed. There's some hairline fractures that need to be tended to before it creates problems, if that makes sense. I think a lot of it's due to mental and emotional stress. And I think you and your partner, or both of you, are highly sensitive right now. And I think a lot of that has to do not only with Mercury retrograde and having the 2 eclipses, but it has to also do with a lot of this water energy, especially this Cancer energy, because we've got the sun in Cancer. And then also the 16th through the 21st, we have Venus in Cancer. So you've got, Mercury in Leo, you've got the sun in Cancer, you've got Venus in Cancer. In your 9th house of spirituality and higher mind. So gosh, it's just such a sensitive month for you, especially when it comes to relationships. So if you're feeling a little bit more emotional than normal and you're like, what's going on? You could totally blame it on the retrograde, and you could totally blame it on Venus and the sun being in Cancer. It's just high emotions, water energy. So again, relationships are your focal point this month, Scorpio. You have the opportunity, though, of not only intense emotions, but intense healing. For some of you Scorpios, I see that maybe there's a situation or individual you may have to let go, but I'm feeling that for a very small portion of you. I feel for a large portion of you, you're going to still stay in this relationship. There are only hairline fractures at this point that I'm connecting with. So, but I also saw spirit. Okay, I saw an image of 2 figures. Okay, and one person has a heart in their hand and they're holding it away from the other person. So to me, that's spirit saying don't withhold your love and affection, especially if there's arguments or you have different beliefs or something like that. And that could be you or the other person, or you both do that to each other. But I'm kind of feeling like it's you that when you feel offended or hurt by your partner, you tend to withhold your love. Maybe you give them the silent treatment, or you ignore them, or you ghost them for a day. Be very careful of doing that during this retrograde time. Try to have an open mind and open heart. And like we said with that image, don't take action, sit in your chair and listen and watch for a second and give yourself some time to prepare before you act and speak, especially with someone you love and care about. Lastly, at the end of the month, July 31st, we have a new moon in Leo. So again, more Leo energy, fire energy in your 10th house. And so what I'm hearing is independence. Okay. That could be in the relationship, or you're just wanting to assert a little bit more independence. Maybe that's where that courage is coming in. Maybe that's speaking up for yourself a little bit more, but doing so maybe towards the end of the month when you've had enough time to reflect and revisit and review some things. I hear Spirit saying to be around people or situations that are inspiring to you, because that's going to put you in a higher frequency and more joyful, happy energy. But one red flag is I saw a pair of red heels. I don't know what this means. This is the first time I've gotten that, but I'm hearing Spirit say, don't be provocative to get attention. I don't know what that means. It could mean, don't do things that are going to try to make your partner jealous, or just be careful of the situations you're in. I don't know. Maybe be careful wearing high heels if you're a Scorpio that likes wearing heels. I don't know what that means, but just Spirit's just saying be careful of that. Okay? All right, Scorpio. So that was your channeled intuitive reading with some planetary information. So if you want to timestamp me right now, you can. Let's get started on your tarot card reading for the month of July 2019 Scorpio and see if any of those channeled messages come through in your reading. Spirit, please help me give messages to Scorpio for July 2019. Spirit, what messages do you have for Scorpio for July 2019? Spirit, what messages do you have for Scorpio for July 2019? A few more shuffles. Okay. Overall energy for Scorpio for the... Okay. I saw that card. Darn it. I'm sorry, Scorpio. So overall energy is the Devil card, which is Capricorn. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn, or you could just have Capricorn in your charts. But like I said, this is definitely relationship focused. This could be a karmatic connection, or a connection where there's a lot of emotional and mental chains that bind you with this individual. So maybe some of the issues in the relationship are, maybe that's where that independence maybe that's where that independence is needing to come through at the end of the month, because you feel very, and it's not like a close feeling I'm feeling. I feel like it's almost a relationship out of like you both, gosh, how do I say this? Not forcefully feel like you're both in this relation, but I feel like you both aren't very, how do I put this, how I'm feeling with this relationship? This connection, it's almost as if like you guys mentally sabotage each other in a sense, emotionally and mentally, almost like narcissistic type tendencies, where you mentally harm each other in these little ways, like those stress fractures I was talking about, that keep you guys almost codependent on each other, if that makes sense. This could be where the red heels comes in, where I said be careful of being provocative. They are naked, so be careful of using your sexuality or sensuality to get what you want or to make somebody else jealous. Interesting. That's your overall energy. And Nine of Swords, this kind of makes sense for the channeled messages I got for you. Nine of Swords, air energy, being in your mind. So this situation, this other person is definitely keeping you up at night. You could just feel emotionally and mentally exhausted and drained because you have had a lot on your mind. I feel like this situation is making you feel like you can't sleep at night. And I do feel like even though you are connected with somebody, that you feel alone. You don't feel emotionally supported or mentally supported, and you're kind of conflicted. You could also be dealing with an air sign, so Aquarius, Libra, or a Gemini. Spirit, what other messages do you have for Scorpio for the month of July? Okay, we have next the King of Swords in reverse. So again, you could definitely be dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. King of Swords. So this is communication not being had. So I feel like this could be your energy. You don't want to talk about it with this other person. You're not ready to talk about it because you kind of are a loss for words. You don't know what you want to say. I think your heart feels exactly, it's like trying to put what your heart's feeling into words is complicated for you right now. You have too much on your mind, and if you were to say something, it's not going to come out the way you intend it. This could be you just not wanting to talk to the other person right now because there is some stress going on in the relationship or the situation. Or this could also mean the air sign is not communicating with you. Maybe they've ghosted you, or maybe they're in no contact with you. And that's what's keeping you up at night because you don't know what's going on with the relationship. You don't know what they're up to. You don't know the status. You just want to figure out what's going on with the situation. So I do definitely feel like this situation right now, there's no communication being had. I'm also getting too, there's trust issues with this situation because the swords are about the sword of truth. And I feel as though you're not sure if this person is someone you can trust, or maybe they feel that vice versa. It could also be, both of you feeling this about each other, but I kind of feel more it's your energy about the other individual. Spirit, what other messages do you have for Scorpio? I told you it was going to be a heavy reading. I just felt it. Spirit, what other messages do you have for Scorpio for the month of July? Scorpio. Thank you. Okay. So next is 10 of Cups. This is water energy, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, you. Again, we do have a lot of Cancer energy this month with the solar eclipse in Cancer in your 9th house. The Sun in Cancer, Venus in Cancer. And Cups are about love and relationships, and it's the 10 of Cups in reverse. So I do feel as though there's deep connection and love here, or there was in the past, or in the recent past. However, some things have gone down that have you unsure if you're going to get your happy ever after with this person, or if it's going to end well, or if what you thought was going to come of this relationship is even going to come. I kind of get a vibe too that this could be a karmatic relationship where you're really supposed to learn a lesson from this. Not sure if you're supposed to get the 10 of Cups out of this situation or relationship. I'm not sure if this is that one for you. Because I do feel like this connection, this energy is unhealthy. It's very opposite of what this should feel like. This should feel joyous and serene and natural and vulnerable and, innocent. And this energy is quite conflicting with that. You could have had to let go of somebody or walk away from somebody because of this situation, and that decision was very hard on you. Spirit, what other messages do you have for Scorpio for July? Scorpio. 7 of Cups in reverse, but you're not looking at other options. And it's Cups, love and romance and emotions. Or you're shutting off your emotions. There's too many emotions you're feeling, so you're just shutting down. But I also feel like you still care about this person, that you don't want to date or don't want to look at other people or fancy other people or even think about being in another relationship right now. You also have 2 cups next to each other all in reverse. So you feel as though like all the love is drained. There's no emotions in the relationship. You feel almost empty for sure in this situation or this connection. And again, we have 2 swords next to each other and 2 cups next to each other. So definitely it could be air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or water energy, you, Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. Spirit, what other messages do you have for Scorpio for the month of July? Yeah, we've got the Hangman in reverse. So, like I said, you're going to definitely be in this introspective mode. You're going to be reviewing and revisiting and just watching, okay? Remember, sit down, open the chair, and watch. But it's in reverse, so I do think that you're going to do that this month. and towards the end of the month, or towards, time is relative. So whenever the situation comes to, gets to more of the end portion of it, you're going to come out of this hangman situation where you feel stuck mentally. I think you're going to channel some of your intuitive guidance from spirit. Okay. And you're going to have a little bit of an epiphany, right? And you're going to come to a realization, and that's going to help you come out of this stuck hangman situation. It's kind of interesting too, is if you can feel the vibration of this energy from the hangman card, it kind of reminds me of a pendulum. And there's the circle, and he's swinging back and forth and just hanging around like the hangman. So I definitely feel that connection for you. That's funny. Spirit, what final messages do you have for Scorpio? So you have the 8 of Pentacles. So I hear Spirit saying for right now, it's okay to distract yourself with work and put your time, patience, and energy into perfecting your craft, whatever that is you do, or your hobbies, or the skills, or the job you do. That's a really good way to channel this energy, is by doing something productive, or like we talked about earlier, something that's inspiring you, or just focus on making your money right now and just use that time to also think as well. I'm getting very masculine energy, so I really feel like this reading is very geared to a male or a masculine energy Scorpio. What's the final outcome for Scorpio for July 2019, Spirit? So Tower in reverse. Okay, so I kind of feel good about that. That by you taking this time to revisit things, to not act quick, to really ponder things, I think it may give you both enough time and this other person time to really see how they're affecting your relationship in the situation. And it might prevent you from having a Tower moment later on, or for right now. Remember, we talked about preventing those, hairline fractures. Maybe you're working on healing those hairline fractures or mending those hairline fractures, because this is very tedious type work. And because I do feel you really care and you want to prevent a divorce or a breakup or a separating or some horrible event from happening. So I like the fact that the Tower's in reverse. Let's get one more card for Scorpio for July. Okay. So that kind of feels sideways, but 5 of Wands. It was more reverse to me. I think you're finally tired of fighting. And I like the fact that I'm seeing in the Tower and the 5 of Wands in reverse. So I think there might be a positive outcome in the situation if you give it time and patience. I kind of feel like both of you don't want to separate and don't want to fight anymore. Let's get one more card. Yeah, and I think the message here with the 6 of Pentacles is, equality and justice and giving and taking. It's reciprocity, giving to each other and taking from each other equally, where, it's not in the hands of just one person. One person's not providing all the love and the affection, the emotional support. It's both people putting in the hard work. So we have Pentacles too. It could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. I do have a little fire energy here with the Wand, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, but most of it's water and air energy. I'm feeling we do have 3 major arcanas on the board: the Devil, the Hanged Man, and the Tower. Both the Hanged Man and the Tower are in reverse. Okay. So let's get a little bit of clarification here. We've got lots going on for Scorpio. Like a lot going on for Scorpio. Okay. Yeah, I definitely feel like you're very sensitive this month. Like, I feel like you're being very careful about everything you do. Everything you do and you say. Because you kind of feel like any slightest move and it can fall. Like, you know, like a house of cards type of feeling. Spirit, help me clarify the messages on the table for Scorpio for July 2019. Please clarify the messages on the table for Scorpio for July 2019. This double card, what's this double card here for Scorpio? Authority in reverse. So it could definitely be a power struggle here with this connection and relationship. Someone trying to assert their authority regarding a belief or a situation or a topic, whatever's going on in the relationship. I kind of feel like it's a power struggle, you know. But that doesn't even need to be in the relationship. You know, I kind of feel like you guys need some harmony and balance, not so much competition or fighting against one another. What's this Nine of Swords? Okay, moving on. So I think you or the other person or both of you definitely are thinking about potentially moving on, because that's clarifying the Nine of Swords. I think that's what's keeping you or them or both of you up at night, is contemplating, like, should you move on? But notice he hasn't walked through the door quite yet. So I kind of feel like you're on, like, that conundrum. You know, you're on that precipice of walking away, but not quite yet. What's this King of Swords in reverse? Material harvest. So yeah, I really feel like you're not communicating with this individual about the situation. And you're focusing on your material harvest. You're focusing on these coins, your career, your job, your work, making money, putting food on the table. You're focusing on, like, the basic needs of yourself or your family, or, you know. What's this Ten of Cups in reverse for Scorpio? Ten of Cups in reverse for Scorpio. Yeah, so Ten of Cups in reverse, I do feel that there's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel for you in the situation or with your partner, and I think the other person sees it too. Even though the connection may not be the healthiest right now, there is potential. There is potential. There is potential if you both want to work together and make it work and be fair. What's the Seven of Cups in reverse? Victory and success. I don't think you're seeing this situation as an opportunity for victory and success, or to learn something or learn a lesson or to strengthen your bond with each other. You're seeing it more as your cup's empty. You know the saying, you know, seeing your glass half full. I always like to tell people your glass is always full. Don't forget the other elements, because you have not just liquid, but you have gas as a state of matter. So even if your cup's empty, it's still technically full. Again, relativity, you know, it's how you look at things. So, but victory and success are in the upright too, in the middle of the spread. So that, and next to light and material harvest. So that's pretty positive. What's this Hangman in reverse? Sacral chakra. I think your sacral chakra may be a little bit, I was going to say out of alignment, but maybe you need an adjustment. But maybe I think this is where that love and intimacy is coming with the Hangman. I don't think there's any intimacy or affection going on right now, because feelings are hurt right now. And there could be, like I said, a period of no talking. So, but it's in the upright. So I think after you get out of this Hangman situation, you know, there might be more opportunities for intimacy. What's this Eight of Pentacles? What is Scorpio concentrating on? Oop. Okay, so accelerated motion and shadow in reverse. So I definitely feel with the shadow in reverse with the devil, there's definitely some deep psychological issues that are manifesting that I don't think either one of you are wanting to pay attention to. I think you just want to accelerate forward, and you're going to do so by putting your blood, sweat, tears, and energy into your work. But don't ignore some of the deeper things that I think Spirit is rising up in you and your partner to deal with, because I do feel like that's a lesson here that Spirit's trying to communicate to you. What's this Tower card in reverse for Scorpio? Tower card in reverse for Scorpio. Yep. Harmony in reverse. Okay. Yeah. So look at this. I do feel like you do care about each other, but there's just some disharmony right now. And if you guys work on, you know, the deeper things like the moon, like, yeah, when we're going to have a lunar eclipse on the 16th, okay? Really work on your shadow selves, work on the emotional and psyche parts of yourselves, the things that are really getting in the way of yourselves and your relationship. Work on being harmonious too and accelerating forward together, and then you're going to navigate away from this Tower and this Five of Wands. Okay, what's the final outcome with the Six of Pentacles for Scorpio? Yeah, stand your ground. So it still is important that you make sure your voice is heard. And see, look, there's the guy with the stick. And I told you in the beginning that I saw he planted it in the ground. It's a, you know, be patient. Plant it in the ground. Don't take action. Don't say anything yet. Observe, watch, think this whole month. And then at the end, then that's when you're ready to say your piece and to say what you're passionate about. And, you know, we're going to have a new moon in Leo. So I just see this like moon. It's very like fiery light. Like once the new moon hits Leo, then I think that would be the right timing for you to stand up for yourself and speak up for yourself in the relationship. Okay. Whew, it's a little warm in here. Okay. So I'm going to do, since we have a bunch of eclipses going on this month, I felt that I need to use this Moonology deck. I'm just going to pull a few cards for you, Scorpio. So Spirit, what other messages do you have for Scorpio? Some clarification further on any themes for Scorpio for the month of July 2018. Let's get 3 cards for Scorpio. Did you just give me 3, Spirit? Nope, 2. So power in reverse. I find that very interesting since we have authority in reverse. So I think we have the same theme or topic. I think it could be, especially when you pair it with the devil, there could be definitely a theme of authority and power and a lack thereof or an imbalance of it. And both of you are trying to fight for the power in the relationship or the situation. And I hear Spirit saying, you know, that's not what's most important. Like, you both need to work on releasing that action. Okay. Being free from this situation. And I kind of feel like that goes along with this card at the end. Standing your ground in action. Like opening up when the timing is right. And next is growth. Look at that tree. And oh my gosh, look at that. Just saying. There's a clock. Looks like a pendulum. Just saying. Growth. Yeah, I think there's growth in this situation. There's a lot to learn, not only for yourself, but your partner too. And I think you're learning together as well. And that's the important part. And to give you guys both the time and the patience and the support and allowing each other to figure it out and then come back together as well. Spirit, what are some lessons that Scorpio is needing to learn for the month of July? Spirit, what lessons is Scorpio needing to learn for the month of July? Let's get 3 cards. Lessons for Scorpio. Scorpio, okay. Doubt. Yep, that's that 9 of Swords right there. I release the need to know all the answers, right? You're not going to know them all right now. That's why you got to take a break. Take a moment to pause. It's okay not to know all the answers. They will come. Another lesson that Scorpio is learning for the month of July, Spirit. Scorpio for July. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Yes. Awareness. That's what that hangman. Giving yourself time and patience to hang around, connect with Spirit, and have your intuition guide you. What's one more lesson for Scorpio for the month of July? Last lesson for Scorpio. Okay, well, I'm going to go with the one that... I'm going to go with both of them because they both came out. Patience. I've been saying that the whole reading. I accept that everything happens in divine order. Order. Time. Patience. Give it time. And surrender. I can release my need for control. that connects back to that authority and power in reverse. So maybe you're the person that feels you need control in this situation, this relationship, and maybe that's you needing to take a break for a minute to reassert and see what's most important. But it could also mean the other person. So doubt, denial, patience, surrender. Makes sense. Last, I'm going to pull some romance angel cards so we can get a little bit more detail about the situation in regards to relationship and love. Spirit, what messages do you have for Scorpio in regards to love and relationships? Scorpio, love and relationships, July 2019. Scorpio. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So spend some time, talk to your spirit guides, talk to the universe, talk to your angels, ask them for guidance, ask them for knowledge, pray, send positive affirmations, visualizations of you two working it out, and that will positively manifest your soulmate if this is a soulmate connection. Scorpio. Thank you. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So respecting yourself and being patient and giving yourself time from the situation and not reacting, but being thoughtful, working on yourself, working on your work, doing other things. I see that your person's going to still keep tabs on you even if they're not talking to you, and they're going to see that you're doing you. You're trying to be healthy for yourself in the situation, the relationship, and that's going to really draw them to be willing and comfortable and being able to talk again or to speak about this situation. Last card, trust in reverse. The situation is calling for you to have faith, but it's in reverse. So I do think that one of the main themes in the situation in this relationship is just trust about something, a situation or whatever's going on with this. There's something about trust in each other. It could be just trusting each other with each other's emotional well-being and support. But it could also be, something that's under the surface that, hasn't risen up in the reading quite yet. But again, this is a general reading, so take what resonates with you. All right, Scorpio, I hope that you enjoyed this reading, and I hope that it resonated with you and connected to you on some level. If it did, please hit that like button. Don't forget to click that share this with other Scorpios, and don't forget to subscribe and comment to enter the contest for the free private reading. And if you do enjoy these videos, don't forget to click the notification bell to get notifications on when I post videos. So Scorpio, I'm sending you lots of light and positivity and strength and courage and patience in handling this situation or with this person that you care about and love. I do believe for you, and I feel it will get better. Just give it time. July is going to be a very intense and deep month for you spiritually and relationship-wise, so just take it one day at a time. And I look forward to seeing you back here in August so we can see how the story for you continues to unfold. Thank you again so much for watching. Have a great day.